Nissan might be navigating some choppy waters as a company, but their popular Rogue SUV is fresh off an upgrade and ready to take on the segment leader, the Toyota RAV4. At its heart is Nissan's relatively new turbocharged 1.5-liter variable valve engine, cranking out a respectable 201 horsepower. The kicker? It's a 3-cylinder, a bold choice that boosts fuel efficiency over its previous 4-cylinder while delivering more power. One of Nissan's big selling points right now is value. 6 vehicles starting under $30,000, with the Rogue included. The base model starts at $29,230, while the fully loaded Platinum trim hovers just under $40,000. Sitting in the sweet spot is the rugged Rock Creek trim, which aims to blend off-road flair with practicality. On paper, the Rogue seems to tick all the boxes. Value for money, comfortable seating for 5, plenty of cargo space, and available all-wheel drive. But how does it measure up against perennial favorites in the compact SUV class? We spent a week with it to find out. For 2025, the Rogue gets a design refresh, featuring updated front and rear fascias, a revamped V-Motion grille, sleek new inner taillights, and satin finish exterior badges. The look is clearly aiming for modern and stylish, but it might be trying a little too hard, especially compared to Nissan's success with designs like the Sporty Z and the compact Kicks. The Rock Creek trim we tested stands out with rugged aesthetic upgrades, but don't expect major performance enhancements. The suspension remains unchanged, with off-road credibility leaning on features like Falcon all-terrain tires, hill descent control, a new off-road camera system, and standard all-wheel drive. The tubular roof rack, reinforced for extra gear, is a handy touch for adventurers. However, beyond the bold styling, like the black grille with silver accents, there's no added underbody protection or mechanical upgrades for serious off-road use. The 2025 Rogue offers solid updates, but is it enough to keep up with the competition? Let's break it down. Interior and onboard technology. Simple, smart, and surprisingly comfortable. Strengths. A cabin that's both comfortable and well-built. Standard Safety Shield 360 offers excellent peace of mind. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard. Available Google built-in is effortlessly seamless. Weaknesses. Cargo space could use an upgrade. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto aren't wireless. Google built-in means Google is always along for the ride. Step inside the Nissan Rogue, and it feels like a space designed for real-life families. The front seats? Some of the best in the compact SUV class. Supportive, plush, and perfect for long drives. There's plenty of room to stretch out, and the upright SUV driving position offers excellent visibility, even if the rear-view mirror view isn't quite ideal. Rear passengers aren't left out either. There's more headroom than you'd expect from the Rogue's sleek design, and even taller riders will feel comfortable. Higher trims bring an extra layer of sophistication, but the base model keeps things pretty basic. Cloth seats, single-zone climate control, and a lack of modern essentials like push-button start and remote start leave it feeling a bit behind rivals. That said, dual-zone climate control is standard on most trims, and tri-zone is available for those who need to keep everyone happy. Up front, you'll find 2 USB-C ports, but rear passengers won't get their own unless you move up the trim ladder. The standard 8-inch touchscreen is serviceable, but the higher trims step it up with a stunning 12.3-inch HD display featuring Google built-in. With Google Assistant, Google Maps, and access to the Play Store, the system is intuitive and miles ahead of the clunky navigation many automakers offer. Want wireless Apple CarPlay? You'll need that larger screen, but trust us, it's worth it. The tech upgrades don't stop there. Higher trims also offer a crisp, reconfigurable 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster and a 10.8-inch head-up display that's sharp and easy to read. These features aren't essential, but add a modern flair. However, we can't help but feel that a wireless charging pad should be standard at this point. And the sound system? Well, a Bose audio setup is available, but unfortunately, it's just okay. If you're an audiophile, you might be left wanting more. While the Rogue doesn't go overboard with flashy extras, it nails the basics. It's comfortable, practical, and loaded with the tech that matters most, especially on higher trims. Nissan's 3-cylinder engine will have its doubters, but with its variable valve timing and turbocharger tuning, you would never know without being told. It's a livelier engine than the previous non-turbo 2.5-liter four-cylinder unit, but it still can't be called properly lively. It's perfectly adequate power-wise and matches well with the Stronach-branded continuously variable transmission, CVT, to make a smooth drivetrain. While 201 horsepower is more than the average gas-only crossover in the class makes, it's not particularly quick. 0 to 60 miles per hour comes fast enough to get up to freeway speed and join fast-moving traffic, and it's responsive enough to make driving the Rogue a breeze. It's also a quiet engine, so little noise makes it into the cabin. The cabin is generally quiet as well, with almost no noise coming even from the aggressive Falcon tires on the Rock Creek trim. Ride and handling. The Rogue's ride quality is as good as it gets for the price, and perhaps a little better with the Rock Creek trim's specialty all-terrain tires installed. The steering is perfectly adequate around town and on the freeway, but there's certainly no thrill to have on a twisting road from the chassis. Bumping off the road on a 24-mile trail up and down the wonderful Thomas Mountain in California, the suspension copes surprisingly well with the lumps and bumps, considering it is unchanged. However, the ride height is also unchanged. As a result, care was needed in places on a trail that is not an off-road challenge. In front-wheel drive form, the EPA estimate for the Rogue is 30/37/33 mpg on the city/highway/combined cycles for the S and SV trims. With the extra weight, the higher trims lose a mile or 2 per gallon. With all-wheel drive optioned, the lower trims are estimated at 28/35/31 mpg. At its lowest rating, the estimated mileage is 28/34/31 mpg. Overall, the Rogue's figures are better than the RAV4 in its gas-only form, but the moment you introduce RAV4 hybrid models to the equation, the RAV4 is naturally much more fuel efficient. Verdict and pricing. Would be an easy sell with a hybrid option. With a starting price of $29,230, the Rogue is an attractive option that undercuts Honda's $30,100 CR-V, but the CR-V has grown in size. The Toyota RAV4 comes in a little less expensive, and Kia's $27,190 Sportage is a lot less expensive. Both crossovers make it hard to recommend the Rogue as the value option. With more money to spend, a hybrid RAV4 becomes a no-brainer. When you consider the Rock Creek trim, it would likely be more expensive to add the upgrades from the aftermarket. However, the Subaru Forester in Wilderness trim is $34,920, less than the $35,420 Rogue Rock Creek, and more off-road capable. The Rogue is in a tough spot. It's certainly a solid value option for anyone looking for a compact SUV that's purely powered by gasoline. However, there are cheaper options, including the segment-leading RAV4 and the smart buys right now.